Hello, hi, it's Liz here and I'm back today with my journal that I use to keep Roxy's weekly challenge. So Rachel over at Roxy Creations does a weekly challenge and this is week 16 and it's a trifold ephemera pocket. So I've already had a go at one. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I'll show you this one I've already done. So it's a trifold, as in there's a fold there and there's a fold there, and it's a trifold. She's called it a trifold with a difference because it's got a pocket in the centre, which is also a kind of trifold with a fold there and a fold there. And I've just put a little whatnot in there and a little card in the pocket there. And there's a little hidden pocket at the back here, and I've stuck that. That's a good thing about having little bits of ready-made ephemera. I managed to find some cool things for the pockets. So a decorated centrepiece and then a trifold cover, and it's all been stuck in onto the page, and you just put the little bit of twine through there and just tie it off, and yeah, really pleased with it. So let's have a go at making a second one that we can keep in my spares box, or maybe it will end up in Happy Mail or something like that. So you need obviously the two sheets of paper for the base. Let me just move a little book out the way. And yeah, so we'll do the outer trifold part first, and I want to show you where this sheet of book page came from. It came from this book, which was a great find in the charity shop for £2. It's Etc. by Sibylla Court. It's an absolutely gorgeous book for pulling out sheets of paper. I just love it, and I'm going to be absolutely, there's even some vellum sheets in here, look at that. I'm going to be devastated. I've used loads of it and I'll be devastated when it's done. So now we have to decide what we want as the cover and what we want as the inside. So I think I want, and I could also do it that way and have that as the front. You know, I think I quite like this on the front. Yeah. So I'll just give you a quick, it's just a book page, but I'll give you a quick measurement just so that you know. So it's 10 1/4 inches that way and nearly 7 1/4 inches that way. And really you just fold it by eye depending on the size of your journal page. So like if you're putting it in a page this size, then you obviously want it to fit on the page, and so you're folding it to the size of your page. So say you wanted the front cover, if we'll make it the same size as that one, it's about there. So everything depends on this first fold, because that's what you want the size of your cover to be. You want it to be the size of, if you're putting it in a journal, that is, then you want it to be that size. And then we just fold this one in. Now, did I do that the right way? I just went for it there without thinking that that was what I wanted. Yeah, that was what I wanted there. We will just pretend that that fold is not there. It'll get covered up with a bit of collage anyway. Now, the next decision is whether you want the short side to be in or out. I have decided I like my short sides in because this gives me a bigger space to decorate, because otherwise I'm just maybe decorating that bit, and you wouldn't see all the decoration if you did the fold there. So I'm decided that I want my fold, my little shorter end folded in underneath, if you know what I mean. So for the second piece, I've got this old weather chart piece, and obviously it has to be folded to fit in the centre there. So we have to fold it this way and about there, I think. And again, you just fold that bit in. And that's plenty room there in the centre. I think I'm just going to fold it out a little bit, just a wee bit near the edge there. And of course it's been torn out a book, so it doesn't, or I'm not sure if it's a book. Actually, I bought these old weather charts in a charity shop as well, but that's fine. And I think maybe they're that old, I don't think any of it's straight. Right, so that's our piece for the centre. So let's do a little bit of decorating first. I will show you. I am going to do it on a very similar vein. So I've got these pattern ladies from Vintage Patterns, like you get on these covers. They're very cool if you can come across them. I get them in the charity shop, but I also got a few sent to me by my friend Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Design. She sent a bundle as well, which were already fussy cut. I just want to put these out the way now so that we can choose which one we want. Yeah, so she sent me a nice bundle, and I quite like her. She's pretty cool, but she's pretty cool as well. She gets a wee bit lost, this one. No, that one's not doing it. I think this, whoops. I think this one, yeah, that one will do it. So then we want to do a little bit of collaging. So I've got my little dish of bits and bobs here. Let's decide what we want to put on the cover. Give her something to stand on. And maybe here's an old vintage piece from 1928. Looks like as if it's been somebody's collecting rent, or somebody's kept a note of people's names anyway. We'll maybe put that there. And then we just need something for this little bit here, maybe a little round thing. And I think that will just be perfect for the cover there. Okay, so let's stick all this down. Rachel makes lots because she does them like she does all the bits to fold and then all the bits to, I don't know, you know, the next stage and then the next stage, but I don't really need a lot of bits, and so I quite often just like to make one to know, so that I know what I'm doing, and then a second one on camera, just because. And then I've got one in my book and one spare. Yeah, let's just be careful we don't behead anyone or lose any limbs. Won't be the first time I have decapitated someone by accident. There we are, we managed. Okay, about there, I think. Lovely. And I think this is a sticker. Yes. Right, so happy with that cover. Let's think what we're going to do here. And Rachel put the pocket here, and I'm going to do the same. And she used a punch, and I have this punch, which is a Martha Stewart punch. I have had it many years from my card making days, and punches I think are coming back into fashion, these border punches. What I do is I find the middle, because I like for the punch to end on the same pattern at the both ends. So I like to start the punch in the middle. So we punch, and then you move it up on top of where those guidelines are, and we punch again and punch again. And then we do the same with the other side. We use the guidelines and the guidelines again. And that means you get like, although there's a tiny wee bit here, that means you get a whole, like a whole fan and a whole fan. If you started at the ends, you might end up with half a fan. So just for the sake of neatness and me being a bit pedantic's not the word, but so that simply just goes on there, and that becomes our pocket. So I'm just going to do the edges with a little bit glue stick, because I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and sew around the edges. Now again, if you don't have a sewing machine, then a black fine liner will do the trick just as easily, and I sometimes do that with things. You'll have seen me using a black fine liner quite often. Just a nice line or a dotted line or a dot and a dash. Right, so that's our pocket there. So what else did we do? We didn't put any decoration on that piece there. So the rest of the decoration just goes on the centerpiece. So our set, now I put something down here. Yes, I did. Let's see if we've got a wee thing for that corner. That there a bit big. What about just that's quite nice. Put that in that corner. Because we put that, which was a little ticket or something, in the corner there. So here we've got washi down just to give that old book page a little bit of substance. So we've got washi down both sides and washi down the edge. So let's do that next. And I've got, so we'll set that aside. I've got 2 washes here. And I think we'll have this green one down here. I want it to sit flat. There we are. Let's put the lid on the glue or it'll go hard. This is an old Starbucks gift card and I just use it to take off my washi ends. Except it didn't quite go to plan there. Trying to do it too quick. There. So we've got washi there. And I think we'll do this one on the inside. It worked that time. Okay, and what will we do down this side here? I've only picked out 2 washes. Maybe we'll double up and just do the same. So as that's getting, yeah, so we can just actually fold these bits over because that's going to be on the inside of the pocket, because that's our pocket, which is good. Okay, now we need to cut a little notch in the centre. So we'll find the centre just by folding it and just clipping it there. Use the punch upside down so that you can see, and there we go. Right, so now we just need to decorate this bit in here. Let's see what we've got. Always just pick out a little selection, because otherwise I could be here all day, and as it is, even with a small selection, it takes me a little while to pick out. Right, I think I'm settling with that, so we'll just tear a bit off of this. We'll do that, and we'll do that, and then we'll get a little bit for the corner there. That'll be fine. Right, we're going to stick this down. And this is a sticker. And this, I think that's a sticker too. Right, now that is done with the decoration. Let's see how that's going to sit in there, like that. So we're going to have a pocket here, a pocket here, and a hidden pocket at the back there. Now, make sure that that's everything we want to do before we take it to the sewing machine. And what I'll do is I'll sew them separately. I'll sew this piece and then I'll sew around this piece, and then we just stick this piece inside. So I'm off to the machine and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that's us sewing around. I quite like loose threads, but not as long as not as long as that. So yeah. So next stage is attaching this to the centre. And for that I am going to use my 3-in-1. Right, okay, let's wipe off that length of glue there, because I have just put glue where my hidden pocket's going to be, which is that side there. And this is where you learn that I truly do have buttons for brains. Right. Oh dear. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Right, I am just going to put a piece of scrap paper in there, just to make sure that doesn't stick where I rubbed off the glue, because it might just take hold a little bit. I don't think so, because I did rub it off, but I don't want any I don't want any whoopsies, but I don't want any more whoopsies. Right, okay, now we need to put in a little eyelet. So I have my crocodile. Let me just clear some space from the other side of the desk. Right. So I'm just going to use a silver one, because that's the most I've got left. I've only got 4 black ones left, some white, some black, bronze. So silver seems to be the least favourite for some reason. So these ones are, for people that aren't familiar, these ones that you get with it are the 3/16ths, which means you need the silver top and the silver bottom. These little cubes here come out and turn, and so you've got gold and you've got silver, and then you just push it back in. By and large, I'm always on the silver, and the same with this side here. You need the silver inside there, and then it's got 3/16ths written on that black bit, if you can see that, don't know, and that means it's going to punch a hole for the 3/16 eyelet. This piece here moves up and down as well, so that you can judge where you want, how far from the edge you want your hole to be. So we can judge our hole because we know that the centre of these fans is there, because there's 8 fans, so there should be 4 in each side. So if we go out from that centre fan, we will know that our hole is in the middle or thereabouts. Right, she's quite far away. I don't want to poke a hole in through somebody's arm. So about there we'll do it. And we put in the eyelet there. Oops. Did I use, after saying that, did I use the right? Do you know I didn't? I used this after saying that you use the right one, the 3/16, I must have turned it in my hand and then punched a smaller hole. Oh my goodness, I need a cup of tea or even something stronger. I'll have a wee glass of wine with my tea tonight. We're having homemade chicken korma with naan bread. Oh, yum. I'm so lucky because it's my hubby that does all the cooking. So how good is that? I was a lucky. Mr. Buttons for Brains does all the cooking. Right, I've got twine. And what do I want to do? I think I maybe want to put it through double. So we need enough to go round and round and to be able to tie. So that there should be about enough. Yeah, that's enough to tie. So on the back, because I knew I was putting this, sticking it in the journal, because I knew that, what I did was I just used a little bit of washi on the back there, just to keep that in place while I stuck it down. But I think for this one I'm just going to keep the twine loose because I don't know what I'm doing with this one yet. I don't know whether this will go just loose in another journal or whether it will be part of some happy mail or something else. I have no idea. It will go in the box with all my other bits. Now, it doesn't have any insides. I don't think I'm going to put anything in its insides. Yeah, I've put my 3 pieces in the insides of this one. How gorgeous are they? I love them. These are little poppers that you just take apart, and I just stuck them on. There's a little bit of glue there. Yeah, so I'm happy with my 3 pieces there, but I think I'm going to leave this one empty till I know what to do. Yeah, so that's it really. Yeah, happy with them. She's quite glamorous, isn't she? She's really quite glam. Yeah, happy with that. And then you just, if it was stuck on, you would have that on either side, and then you would just open it up and you've got your pocket here, you've got your pocket here, and that's good, that's not sticking, and a pocket at the back here. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Wait till I just get a nice display going to leave you with rather than a girdle. Just move everything out of the way and then we can let that take centre stage. And yeah, so if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great. And yeah, so I'll see you next time. Bye for now.